use of Tylenol or Motrin to cover up the fever. And then if students are diagnosed with COVID, then we ask that they remain home until they've completed the 14-day quarantine. A doctor's release is required for them to be able to return to school. If any parents, if you have students that have to take any kind of daily medication or need any kind of medication, we ask that it be dropped off. There's a form you'll need to contact Nurse Patterson, and there's a form that to be filled out so that medication can stay on campus, and she will give you that information. We ask that parents check communication daily. The ways that we are communicating is through Schoology, through the email through Schoology, or you might be receiving information through your email. And we at the same time are trying to check our email daily to try to deal with any occurrences that come up, any problems, to try to fix those situations as they occur. Any notes and excuses for being absent, we ask that parents email that to us so that we can have that on file. It's a little different than last year when you would write a note and send it in. We ask for it to be emailed. And doctor notes can also be faxed from doctor's offices, or you can take a picture and email those to us also. So a little bit about lunch and snack and water. All children will receive school lunch and school breakfast. Children can bring snack to school and water bottles. So the water fountains at the school have been shut off so that we don't have any contamination there. But children are able to bring water bottles, but we ask for them to be screw top. That way, if they knock them over, there won't be spills of water throughout the classroom. Parents are not allowed to bring items up to the office if your child forgets something. So if they happen to forget their lunch, then they will be provided a lunch from the school. Did we talk about snack, or we can talk about that later? Later. Well, okay. Okay, so there are some guidelines for quarantine. You need to follow what your medical provider states. Again, we said the 14 days of quarantine if they are COVID positive, and we do have to have a note for them to return to school. The students have some responsibilities that are a little different than usual. We will wear a mask, and we do need to wear uniforms daily. The students, when they bring their device to school, it needs to be charged at night. They need to make sure they come with their power cord. We're going to need to use earbuds in case they're having to do some work in class while we might be working with other students so that they can hear it quietly. And students are not going to be allowed to share materials. So sometimes in the past we had shared pencils and pens in a bucket, and we will not be doing that. Everything will be separate at each child's desk, and it will be only their materials, and other students will not touch their materials. If you look on the school website, we have the school supply list. So you will see that it's there on ER Dixon website if you need information about that. And if you cannot find it, please email your school's teacher. The brown bags that we gave out to the students at the start of the school year, we'd ask for you to bring those bags back to school, or the supplies can come back in their backpacks. We have some anchor charts and some math manipulatives and things like that that we will still continue to use in the classroom. We ask that students don't bring anything additional to the classroom, things such as fidget spinners or stuffed animals, anything from home that they're not going to need in the classroom. Just like we have been doing already, students are still going to be doing the majority of their work, their independent work, and their assessments on Schoology. The students are also going to be asked to still follow the same discipline guidelines. And because they are in class, they will be able to participate in teacher-led instructions and daily discussions in the classroom. So this is our school discipline policy. All students that receive instruction face-to-face or remotely are subject to the MCPSS Code of Conduct policy for discipline infractions. So again, the students at home, along with the students in the class, are still required to follow discipline procedures. So we have some steps we follow when we are dealing with discipline. The student is going to get a warning from the teacher, and we'll try to redirect them or model good behavior. The student might have to explain what rules are broken. They might have a formal warning from the teacher. We might have a student-teacher conference, or we might ask for a conference with parents via technology through Google Meets. And then you might receive a parent email about your student's behavior. After that, step 2, they might be referred to the counselor. And step 3, we might have to create a behavior management plan. Step 4, then we would go to administration and having some type of administration, parent, and teacher conference. Step 5, we'll have an office referral. Step 6, students will be assigned to an in-school suspension retrack, which is the same program we've had in the past. And step 7 would be out-of-school suspension. And these are some teacher responsibilities. Teachers are going to continue to provide daily instructions. We're going to model, guide. We will use anchor charts in the classroom, and we'll take notes. We're going to conduct small groups both in reading and math daily, just like we've been doing up to this point. We will post virtual lessons for students who weren't able to view the lesson live, and we're going to continue to put assignments in Schoology.
And that is where they will do and find all of their work and homework. It'll all be through Schoology. So there won't be anything additional that we're going to give them in class or, paper or anything like that. Everything is found through Schoology.
So they're pretty much going to be following what they've been doing, opening the folders for the week and opening the folders for the day to find the majority of their work and information. We're going to have pretty much a paperless environment with the exception of practicing handwriting, and they can still use their notebook just like they were at home to do scratch work for math problems and things like that. We're going to be maintaining social distancing guidelines within the classroom and during movement throughout campus. The students are going to see when they come through to go stand in bathroom line and things like that, that we have markers on the floor that let them know where they can stand in order to distance from each other. We've also gone through our classrooms and removed anything unnecessary and tried to distance our desk and as much as possible. The student areas and the bathroom areas will all be cleaned throughout the day. The custodial staff along with teachers will be cleaning daily and as we move through the school. Our daily schedules, just like that we've had them up till now, they're going to remain the same so that if students are at home or online, they can still follow the same schedules. And this might be the first year for your child to have 2 teachers. And in the past, the students have moved from classroom to classroom, and that will not be happening this year. This year, the teachers will actually move from classroom to classroom. So your student will have an assigned seat, and that's where they will remain for the day, and they will not be sitting in other students' seats. And again, all of their supplies will be with them at their seat. We have a restroom schedule, and 4th grade has 2 designated times. The restrooms will be monitored by an adult at this time just to make sure that the students are getting in and out properly. And again, the restrooms will be cleaned daily and behind students as they come in and out so that we can reduce any kind of contamination. That's the word I was thinking of. Students will wash hands with soap and water before leaving the restroom. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped one. And then we'll also consider student emergencies. So just to let you know that we will be mindful of that. We do have in-school PE and from 11:40 to 12:10 daily. Students will attend a socially distanced PE and masks will be worn during that time. We have a breakfast schedule and a lunch schedule. Our breakfast is served from 7:25 to 7:55 a.m. daily, and that is for all students. And this will be eaten in the classroom. And lunch schedule is from 10:55 to 11:25. This is also going to be eaten in the classroom. I'm sorry, 10:55 to 11:25. And this is also provided for all students. No students will not be provided a lunch. Items cannot be shared between students. I know that a lot of times in the past you'll see students trying to share chips and things like that, and that's a sort of a rule that we are definitely going to enforce, that students cannot share food. Students cannot bring items from home that need to be heated or reheated. Oh, I'm sorry. Ms. Ken just said masks will not be worn while they're doing physical activity in PE, but we will be wearing masks as we travel to PE. So their lunches need to be ready to eat. They can't heat it or reheat it at school. Snack procedures. Students can bring one snack from home, an individual snack to eat per a day, and again, no sharing allowed. We don't allow carbonated beverages like Cokes and drinks like that, and candy is not allowed as a snack. And just be mindful of the one snack a day. A lot of times you'll see students come in with 5 snacks and think they have time to eat 5 snacks, or think they're going to be able to eat 5 snacks, and it's just not healthy, and we'll have a lot of stomach aches. Hand washing, we're going to be doing that before and after meals and snack. So dismissal, students will remain in the classroom until their carpool number, van, or bus is called. When it's called, then they'll have somebody to transport them to that area. The classroom needs to remain silent during this time because the students need to be able to hear their car number called or their bus number called in order to get there in a timely manner so that it doesn't hold up our line. Car, van, and bus riders will be escorted to their designated area. So we already have staff members that have been doing that throughout the week, and will be doing the same when your student arrives. And they must walk in an expedited pace to ensure a quick dismissal. Bus students are encouraged to wear a face mask. Upon entering the bus, they will apply hand sanitizer. Car decals are now on sale. Instructions have been sent out on how to buy these. Car decal fee is $3, and you can get 2 for $5. Each additional cost will be $3. We definitely need all parents to get a car decal with a number. The students will memorize their number, and then it's easier for us to call. It slows down the car line when we're having to ask you what your student's name is, and then the cars get backed up all the way out onto University and Benton Spur, and it speeds up the car line. So we definitely need all parents to purchase a car tag. They're only $3, and it helps us manage the car line so that it'll be less frustrating on parents and students and traffic.
And these are the instructions on how to get those car tags. You can see, you go to erdixon.com, and then these are the instructions. You go down at the bottom, and there's an icon that you can click. And again, if you want to take a picture of this so you have it for further I can't even talk.
Further use to help you get on there and understand the instructions.
Right. So you can do that. And then, like Miss Langan said, every car needs to have a car decal, a carpool number, if your child is going home carpool.
Okay. Okay, we're really excited to see your kids, and we're really excited to have them in the classroom. So we just can't wait to see them. Do you have any specific questions for us that we might not have addressed? If so, if you want to put that in the chat box, and we'll try to address that.
Can they unmute? Miss Ken's unmuted.
Okay, parents, if you don't have any questions, you know, okay, they're populating now.
Okay. Well, the mask have to be have the child's name on it. That's a very good idea. I think that would be helpful, because that way it will help keep us from getting them mixed up if they drop them or if it falls off out of their backpack or anything like that. And I think it said on the supply list, did we ask for 2 masks?
Yes.
Just in case there was some kind of accident or food spilt on it, or a child got sick, they would have a second mask. Thank you for asking that.
One thing that I've seen for people to help with the masks is they get bungees so that the kids can wear it around their neck. And so if they like take it off to eat, it's hanging and they don't have to put it onto the desk where it can get contaminated. So like a little bungee, think about like what you would put on sunglasses to keep them on around your neck.
Okay, thank you, Miss Odom. That was a really good idea. I'm going to go back up so I can see these. How do you obtain a carpool number? If you will go to the ER Dixon website, there is a icon at the bottom that says e-funds for schools. I'm sorry, Miss Kim.
Yeah, I'm just saying you pulled up the screen. That's good.
Yeah. So if you just type in ER Dixon, go to the website, there's an icon at the bottom for e-funds, and that way you can create an account and buy a carpool number. Will the details of this meeting be posted online? Mr.
Yes.
Petra, are we going to put the recording of the meeting online?
I will. The recording will probably be posted up either tomorrow, but no later than Monday.
Okay, thank you very much. And if there are any questions, Ms. Hill, that we did not get, you can, if you have any other questions, you can email us and we'll let you know. What time will drop off and pick up be? Do we have that in there? Breakfast starts at 7:25. Is that the correct drop-off time, Ms. Kim?
Yes, it is.
And then dismissal time?
2:50 to 3:15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if you've already have a decal? Do you have to buy another one? I don't believe so because you have been assigned a school number.
You do not.
Okay. Is going back to school mandatory? If not, what day will it be mandatory? Is that by the end of this week by Ms. Kim?
Well, they were given an option of which way they wanted to learn, if they wanted their child to be in person or remote. And parents, we've already recorded your answer from the surveys that you did. So from that, you have one opportunity within this 9 weeks to change if you want to change. So only one opportunity to change. But right now we've recorded if you're going to be remote or if you're going to be in person. So if you get here, you don't want to continue in person, you can change back to remote, but only once during this 9 weeks. So we don't know what's going to happen after first quarter. We're taking it, day by day, and just, as we get directives from the superintendent, we will let you know. But they don't have to physically come back into the school. We're still going to provide instruction for remote learners if that was your choice.
Okay, thank you. This person asked if my children are van riders, do I have to purchase car decals? I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear. They are only for the car. So van and bus, you do not have to purchase decals, but they are for the car riders. Okay. This person asked, is the supply list mandatory? Mm-hmm. It's hard to find the disinfected sprays. And I have spoken to some parents that were able to find maybe Clorox wipes, but not the sprays. Please just purchase whatever you see on there that you might find in Walmart or Walgreens or wherever you go. And then if you find something later and want to send it in, we would greatly appreciate it. So I know that I've had a hard time finding Clorox wipes, but I found other things. Whatever store you go in, I know they just sort of stock the shelves. And if you see something and you didn't buy it earlier, just try to send it in later, and it would be helpful. Thank you. Yes, do please try to bring the supplies on the first day of school, and we'll go ahead and get them put up and organized. Do they have to wear black shoes? I think we're
relaxed.
I think we're a little more relaxed on shoes, but please make sure that they're shoes that are comfortable. Like high heel shoes would probably not be a good option for coming to class or going to PE in, but good kid shoes. So if it isn't possible, my class is there. We are following the guidelines. If we're trying to spread out the desk as much as possible, but we are following the guidelines by wearing the mask of social distancing with mask also. So we're sort of doing two-part there, trying to distance our desk as much as possible and wearing the mask. Again, the shoes can be any color. Just try to make them school appropriate shoes,
Tennis shoes.
tennis shoes. And for new students, will there be someone to direct the child to their classroom? Yes, we have staff on hand in the morning and in the afternoons that will help direct children everywhere they need to go. So if they just come in to the building, then we will be there ready for them. Thank you, Mr. Lowe, for the thank you. That's very sweet of you. And are there any other questions? Anything else that pops up in your mind that might come to mind, just email your teacher. And as fourth grade, we will definitely try to answer anything and take care of any of your concerns. Thank you, Ms. Bethay.
And we can't wait to see you. So we're looking forward to welcoming our second, third, and fourth grade students back on Monday. And we can't wait to see you either on the car line or bus or however you're sending your students.
Ms. Hatcher, the supply list is on the E.R. Dixon website, and it's under parents, I think. We looked at it today. Is that where it's located, you think, Ms. Kim?
Yes, that is. It's on the E.R. Dixon website, supply list. I looked at it yesterday.
Okay, Ms. Stashak's double checking that.
Strickland.
Strickland, sorry.
And just to let the parents know, everything that they need to know is always on our E.R. Dixon website. We're using it quite heavily this year because that's our way to communicate.
All right. Mr. Lowe, I'm sorry, we can't send in like cupcakes for classrooms, snacks for everybody. We're not able to do that. Thank you, Ms. Hill.
So on the E.R. Dixon website, you would go to For Parents and then Documents and Forms. And when you click that, it's going to bring up all of this information and these documents here, a parent guide, after school options. We currently aren't doing our Tiger Club right now until further notice, but the Boys and Girls Clubs are offering after school programs. And then you have some other flyers here that Miss Ken, I know, has sent out on the messenger. And then here are your supply lists for all of the different grade levels. And you would just click on it and open it. Guess I should have closed everything. And then it has all, you can just go through and see each of the grade levels.
Yes, Ms. Bethay, it's all right to drop a child off in the morning by car and then have them ride the bus at home in the evening. And all of the bus routes, where are they located, Ms. Ken?
They're on there too, and we've even put the numbers because we're not using colors for buses this year. The buses are now 1 through 13. We have 13 buses this year. We have a much larger school population this year, so we have 13 school buses. And I know Ms. Wilcox put the numbers on there today.
And again, that was under on the E.R. Dixon website.
Okay, well, the numbers aren't showing yet. So I think they're going to be uploaded today, the ones with the numbers.
Okay.
I just didn't give it enough time.
On the bus routes because the number's at the bottom of the page.
Oh, it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't scroll down enough.
Okay, so the bus routes are online again under parent forms. Mr. Fan, when students
down on the page, there's the number.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Fan, when students come back face to face and they need extra help on assignment, yes, we as teachers will not just we'll be able to be there to give them some extra help for anything they need. And yes, it's all right for your child to ride the bus to school and then be picked up by car. So that's fine. Just make sure your teacher knows so that we know where the students are going so we have everybody in the proper place. Thank you, Mr. Ryder.
And our teachers are doing a phenomenal job. You know, this is a very challenging time in education. So they're doing a phenomenal job of, they will be working with our in-person learners concurrently while they're working with their remote learners. So they're doing a phenomenal job of just making sure that all of our children get the education that they need.
Ms. Mendoza, I think first quarter for sure, we will probably not have clubs, and then probably second quarter we'll be looking into that to see what guidelines we get from the district of how we're going to continue with school.
And we are also looking at the feasibility of Tiger Care, you know, the number of students. We have a Google Doc that's already ready to send out once we get all students back in school by the 19th. And just to get an interest of parents that would be interested in before and after school Tiger Care. And it would be a plan that we would have to submit to Superintendent Threadgill for his approval. And once we get that approval, we may go ahead and look in terms of having Tiger Care before or after school care.
Thank you, Ms. Palmer. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for coming in and finding out a little bit about how we're going to phase students for fourth grade in. And then again, after this meeting, if you have any questions, please email us and we will answer anything that you need or help you with anything you need, okay? Y'all have a good afternoon.
Thank you, fourth grade teachers, for a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess I'm not waving in the camera. I don't know where I am. Bye.